Good evening and welcome. Tonight we'll be going over the history and geography of Bungoma in Kenya. As you can see, this is a really tiny county. They get really small over here by Lake Victoria. In about 3 weeks we'll talk about Busia, which is even smaller. But that's for another day. Talking about Bungoma today. Like I just said, we are within the Lake Victoria basin here. Relatively lowlands, very wet. But there's one difference in Bungoma County that's very different from the rest of the area here, and that is that there's a giant mountain here. It's right on the border. It's not on my map, sadly. Right on the border up here with Uganda. You can see the Uganda border right there. This is Mount Elgon up here. It is the second highest mountain in Kenya after Mount Kenya, which is right over here. Wait, where'd it go? Right there. Mount Kenya is right there. That's the country's named after the mountain. It's Mount Kenya. Mount Elgon's right there, the border with Uganda. So most of the county is very flat, and it's actually extremely fertile farmland. This county is known as the breadbasket of Kenya. It produces a lot of food for the country. I think I read it was like 70% of the farming gets sent to the rest of the country, and only 30% is subsistence, which means the people who grow it get to eat it, which is a really disproportionate amount compared to the rest of Kenya and Eastern Africa, even some of Central Africa over here. The main crop that's grown here is sugarcane. There's a huge sugar industry here. But there are, of course, many other crops that are grown as well. That's just the main one. There are quite a few different indigenous groups here, but the two most prominent ones are the Bukusu and the Kalenjin. Now, there are multiple different groups within the Kalenjin umbrella that you can find throughout this area here and in Uganda as well. Kind of same with the Bukusu. Bukusu are Bantu-speaking peoples, but there's many other groups underneath them. Like you can break them apart into different ethnicities as well. But those are like the two main large ones. Bungoma most likely comes from a Bukusu word which means place of drums. The Bukusu didn't have, and still don't have, like a king or a ruler. They kind of have like someone in charge of each village, like a village elder. So whenever they would congregate, they would sound these big drums for everyone to hear in the distance, so they knew it was time to gather and meet. So this was the place of the drums. However, this wasn't a full-on town until much later. It was established by the British officially. Now, of course, the British enter Kenya, like they owned the place. Their big goal, at least in this county, was to establish part of the railroad going to Uganda, then extending out to Mombasa, the coast. The Bukusu here, of course, were very much opposed to the British presence. They had a very large battle about here. It's really hard to show you. It's a really tiny map. About here, so in 1895, and it was a very devastating loss for them. Which is sad because they had summoned like multiple different people groups from the area here to this huge battle. And they came with spears and shields, and the British came with modern weaponry of 1895, so they were slaughtered in a sense. It was a pretty devastating battle. It was almost a massacre, to be honest. So therefore the British took over this area, and in 1925 they established Bungoma as they opened up the railroad station there. It was, not just a stop on the railroad, it was a big trading center going into, like I said, Uganda and the areas more interior and things coming from the coast. It still kind of seems that way, kind of like a little bustling market town today, from what I can tell. There's not a lot of pictures here on Google Earth, but we'll check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much all the history that I found. A lot has happened in Kenya, but apparently not a lot has happened here in Kenya, which is kind of nice in a way, right? It seems like a pleasant little town. Lots of beautiful waterfalls here, and the rivers. So I think we should just hop over to Google Earth and take a look, don't you? Let's check it out. Here we are in Bungoma County. See, look, I type in Bungoma County, it just gives me the town. But you can see the border here, right? Right there. Bungoma County. Hope you can see it there. But let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are. You can see big old Mount Elgon right there. Big old Lake Victoria over here. And we zoom out, so we can see the rest of beautiful Africa. Here's Kenya. If you ever need help finding Kenya, just look for Somalia. And the Horn of Africa here, it's just right down there. It's pointing right at Mombasa there. There's Kenya. Ethiopia's up there. We've got the DRC. We've got Tanzania down here. And of course, Uganda over there. And I should say, I say it every time we talk about this part of Africa. You can really see the Great African Rift here. The East African Rift, it's also known as. Whereas you can see it forming right here and creating all this chaos over here and splitting apart, creating the Great Lakes region down here. There's so many different lakes down here. You can see the three big ones, right? But there's a lot of lakes. So the African continent is ripping apart here. In millions upon millions of years, it'll be a new island, maybe a new continent, I don't know. Someday, but we won't be around to see that, so don't you worry. See all the lakes here? Well, that one's a dam, you can tell. But all kinds of lakes. It's like Kivu over there. It's a beautiful lake. But yeah, talking about Bungoma, I guess we'll start in town, right? Let's see what we can find here. I didn't find much. But we can, let's just look at the slideshow here. When I was researching, where were we? We were in Mongolia, right, when I was researching this, and I tapped on a cute little, like, convenience store in Mongolia. And then Google Earth thought that I really, really wanted to see convenience stores. So when I said that, my Gemini that I hate popped on. Whoops. So anyway, this website, the maps website that starts with G, really, really thought that I wanted to see convenience stores. So when I was researching Bungoma County, all that was popping up were convenience stores. It's like, it's either graveyards or meeting halls, event centers. And I was like, please just stop. I don't want to see all these. But now I think it's, ooh, look at these cool rocks here. Now it's showing me a lot of churches and schools and like religious, like church schools. So that's what it's really hung up on now. Look at these cool rocks up here. Those are neat. Ooh, fancy. A little buffet out here. And a big something or other. Maybe oil? I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the town. See, look like Bible school. But yeah, showing a lot of those now. I don't know why. I don't know what I tapped to make that come up. See, like Sacred Training Institute, St. Teresa High School. I don't know what happened, but now that's what it really wants to show me. So we'll see a lot of that, I suppose. See, there's a seminary. I don't know why it wants me to see these, but I mean, at least actually it's not convenience stores because there are so many convenience stores. I couldn't see anything for all the convenience stores that were popping up. But yeah, you can see just how bustling this town is compared to the rest of the county, which is incredibly rural, right? You can see all the farmlands here, all the little patchwork farms. I love to see farmland from above. So like quaint, isn't it? All the little farms. So there's, look at all the goodness. There's like not much to show you in the interior from what I could see, but maybe we'll find something. But we definitely have to head over to Mount Elgon. Look at this beast. Wow. Big old mountain. I think even though I guess the tag for the peak here is in Uganda, it's on both sides, right? An extinct shield volcano, because yeah, there's lots of volcanoes in the rift as well, since the Earth's being ripped apart. Look how pretty. That's beautiful. Where did my pencil go? Here it is. I can point with that instead. All the lush greenery. It's so pretty here. Beautiful waterfalls. Oh my goodness, look at that. And this place is a wonder, isn't it? All the shrubbery there from all that old volcanic soil. He's dabbing. Big, beautiful mountain here. Goodness. Mount Elgon, Kenya. Altitude, but it looks all scribbled. What does it say? 4,222 kilometers, I think it says. Koitobos Peak, I think it says. Well, he's armed and ready to go. He's not, he's just chilling, and they're enjoying the beautiful waterfall. Look at this big crowd there. Brought your hiking stick. I need to get me some of these. I really need some hiking sticks. Ooh, feeling that nice cold mountain water. Excellent. Let's head down here to the national park, which has no pictures. But I thought there was one over here that had pictures. Oop, we're in the wrong county. Let's see. This is a campsite by the looks of it. Yep. I thought there was one that I saw. Where did it go? Oh, well, at least we got to see the top of the mountain, didn't we? I thought there was a slideshow on this side, but I guess not. Oh well. You get the gist. It's a big old mountain, and it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, let's go look for some waterfalls. Here's the Zola River. Big bridge over there. Climbing this very precarious looking bridge. Oh, I would not be that nonchalant walking over that. If it were me, I'd be quite nervous. Yeah, so very simple pictures as you can see here. He's got a nice selfie there. He's got a nice selfie by the river. Nice fit, matching shoes. We like to see that. Let's see what else we can find. Down here along the river, there's usually some really nice pictures. Let's look at this. This gardens. Splashing in the water. Got the fam there. I wonder what kind of gardens this is. Maybe some vegetables or some roots of some kind. All these trees all packed together. That's interesting. Maybe they're all packed up because they're ready to plant. looks like they have some talks there as well. Lots of people there to learn about these gardens. Some volunteers by the looks of it. That's nice. Let me see if I can remember. Oh, it's right here. Never mind. Napuyole Falls. Look how nice. Big crashing down waterfall there. Oh, it's so pretty. She thinks so too. He doesn't look terribly impressed, but that's a great pose. Jumping over the rocks there. Wow, view from the car. Someone did not want to get out of the car and take a photo of the waterfall, but this person certainly did. They're very excited to be there. Look how pretty from above. Wow, that's incredible. That would be fun to hop around all these rocks. Wow, and the little village right there. Nice place for a village. So over here, somewhere, is the old paper mill. Look at all these church schools. Like, I wish they weren't popping up though. I wonder if it's over here. Is this it? It looks like a substation. I'm not sure where it is. I don't remember. I stumbled across it when I was researching and I was like, oh cool, they have a paper, like a huge paper industry here. And then I looked it up and no, they don't. It's shut down. But it's somewhere over here. See this hillside here is where they fought that battle that they so tragically lost up there. Goodness, I don't remember where it is. It was somewhere nearby here. Yeah, water treatment, sewage. That's not it then. Surely it's near the river. Because I was just going like this, scrolling around, and I came across it. Oh well, it's a big old empty building. If we don't see it. Here's another bridge. A wooden bridge. It's also quite, it's even more precarious. Look, it's made out of sticks. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's terrifying. Oh, that's the scariest bridge I've ever seen in my whole life. This kid's not phased. This kid thinks the waterfalls are really neat. That's much better. Oh goodness, maybe that's what it looks like today. Have you seen a bridge scarier than that in your whole life? I haven't. Holy moly. Goodness. Oh yeah, if you don't find it, you're not really missing out on much. It's just a big old abandoned factory. It's another beautiful waterfall. Sidiko waterfalls. You can see all the farmlands there. Kenya's breadbasket, right? Oh, we graduated. Congratulations. Big beautiful falls. Fancy cars. Whenever we're in congrats, I graduated. Whenever we're in like an obscure place, that's cute. And I'm like, the photos aren't that good. It's because they're like pictures like this. This man is very proud of his car. But that doesn't really help us, does it? I wonder if that's the graduation ceremony we've been seeing. But yeah. What's that? River confluence. No photos though, but we can see the Kuyua, which must be here, going into the Zola River. Very nice. Yeah, I think that paper mill's long gone. Oh well. Just know that there was a huge paper factory here that is now no longer operational. I don't remember where it was. I swear it was over there. But oh dear, we've wandered way far off, haven't we? Goodness. Yeah, it really wants to show me like religious schools and churches, which, sure, I guess, but it's not terribly helpful. I could have sworn it was over here somewhere. Yeah, but you know, if I keep looking in the same spot, it's not going to magically pop up. It was somewhere like out of the way. But I don't remember where, but oh well. Just know that they had it. Look at all these farms, so pretty. Huge paper mill, that's no more. Another town here, Lugulu. Let's see if they have any interesting pictures. It says they do. These are quite nice. You know what, I'm actually going to end the video here because I don't know if there's going to be any other good slideshows, but as always, I encourage you to check out this place for yourself, and maybe you'll see things that aren't religious training schools or Christian schools or anything like that. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this style of content, please consider subscribing. Where we're going next, there's a lot of beautiful pictures on Google Earth. We're heading over to Turkey, to a beautiful lake district where there's lots of really neat lavender farms. Lavender farms are so pretty. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I would really appreciate that. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.